It looks like someone's gonna have to get a job. What's up, everyone? I'm just doing a little update video on kind of my last point I had about right-wing grifters. And I think we can all see how at the beginning of kind of the Biden presidency, they were all making so much money off MAGA content. Not just the content, like the shows, the events, everything, the Turning Point stuff, they're milking that. Like right-wing grifters were cleaning house, just kind of like comedians and all the male sphere stuff. It was like everyone was making so much money. But as we see with Trump's first year in office and kind of these huge, big failures for the MAGA movement, the right-wing grifters definitely have tilted the plane to the nosedive. And you can see it in the content, because most of the content now is just like one full smoke screen. They've been trying to smoke screen the last couple months because of the failure of the Epstein files. And the reason why it's a failure and they want a smoke screen, or just not the failure, the reason why it's a smoke screen. Think about this. We'll just take a conservative thought pattern to crime. You're a mobster, start over. You're a person. You have friends that are in a gang. You go out to eat them. You go out to eat with them. You hang with them. You do business with them. Maybe go on a vacation with them. From the outside perspective, and from the cops, they're going to say you're a gang member. You're part of the organization. Same thing with the pedophiles. You hang with them, you do business with them, you go on a vacation with them. You just might be a pedophile. But we don't use that same logic when it comes to Trump. And so you even see it right when the files came out. Anything that had to do with the Democrat, it's like they all got in a meeting. So their whole thing right now has been just to kind of smokescreen and fill and flop on any grift they can. Because once the Charlie Kirk left, they all kind of were looking at it as like, how do we move forward? Where can I fit into this? And so they all, you have your Benny Johnson, who is frontlining the freedom movement, trying to do whatever he can to be the next big spokesperson. He doesn't, he's pushing his family narrative more and more, showing his wife off, trying to do things that, other people can look at and be like, he's a good guy. Even though there's a lot of just open-ended questions, because, like when they talk about, I don't know how true the grinder stuff is. I don't know how true any of that stuff is. But he does have soft features. And he does look, I'm not trying to say, he does look kind of like someone who would be gay. And then he overemphasizes male symbolisms like guns on the wall. Oh, I'm hanging out with my guys. We're going to the gym. I went with some Navy SEALs. So, I kind of get off track because this guy fucking eared his fuck at me. But anyways, his grift he's trying to bob and weave. He's trying to figure it out, his grift. Now that the MAGA's just, because when you look at the comments, you can see in his, America first, you never say anything about Israel. You never say anything about Israel. It's probably because he's getting paid to push pro-Israeli content. That's why. And it's not America first. And you see with prior, they would all talk about Trump's gonna be the president of peace. It's not even a fucking full year, and nobody has already started a war talking about going around and pulling sovereignty to people like it's a fucking cop pulling driver's license. It's ridiculous. We're in full war. We're destroying our diplomacy. I don't get how it's I thought we were just gonna. I mean, I'm for it, dude. Fuck it. Let's do some stuff. Let's do some stuff for America. Let's spend some money. But it's completely failed. And you can look in their comments. They just don't, like, people are like, well, you just see it. And some people are delusional in their comments. Just fucking straight delusional. We're winning. We're not winning. I mean, I just saw this documentary about West Virginia and the coal. And how now that it's shut down, like, all these, just everything that's been... The fuck? My camera went out. Put this back on. There we go. But anyway, sorry. That was a hard stop. But yes, the grift is failing. And so you see people like, again, Benny Johnson's trying to find his own way, doing giveaways, trying to copy Nick Shirley content because he can't make his own. He's a plagiarizer. Oh, we're going to go look for daycares too. These guys, it's kind of, in general, I mean, I kind of enjoy the downfall. I'm sorry, but all this shit y'all talked and about, like, accountability, and now it's your moment and you just go hard on supporting, and it's all bullshit. And then you have your people like David Harris Jr., who represents a whole nother form of the reason why Trump got in office. You know, and I find it, I'm not trying to say that black people can't act white, but there's a certain, like, it's like when white people over-sympathize for black people. It's fucking annoying, and it's so just inauthentic. And that's what you do, dude. You just fucking are such a loser with that. Like, you think white people need you to help back them up? And, like, to fully just turn your personality into, like, hey, bro, let's go, bro. It's like, it's fake, bro. And then you want to jump back and forth with, like, which lingo you're going to use and your character you're going to play. But what's really funny is, like, how much you know their snake oil salesman is, like, Benny Johnson does speaking and is a pastor. Anyone in a mega church is a fucking scammer. There's nothing godly about piling a bunch of people into a fucking warehouse and playing a band and yelling at them. It's honest, it's a little disgusting. Like, where's I want a church that's ornate. I want to see something in it. I don't want a bunch of fucking daycare programs with Xboxes. You know, just playing around with money. And then you have, like, just back on that, like, the cool Christian shit. Like any pastor with tattoos or is trying to be cool is a fucking bullshit artist. Like, it's just a lost person. Oh, the tattoos didn't work. Came a preacher. And then David Harris Jr., snake oil salesman, #1 Mingo. Supplements. Now he's doing this whole health kick in supplements. And then he's a big smokescreen. Smokescreen. Very, 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 very big law enforcement person. Big on ICE. I find it funny that you're American first and you're so big on ICE. but yet you can't understand how the trickle down or trickle into the civilians. You think it's own, like, dude, they're practicing shit. They're running game that they could put on their own civilians. They're doing live practice of things they can do. They've killed one civilian. And however you see it, there's multiple videos of cops in cars, but the most trained understand to back away from the vehicle. It's only the scared who turn around and don't handle it right and shoot. It just goes to show you, like, who do you think signed up for ICE? Like, as a black man representing ICE, who do you think signed up for ICE? Do you think it was white people who are pro-black? No, they don't like you. I don't understand where these black guys and black women join the far right or start mingling with far right people or whatever it is, or right, that non-immigrant, non-liking anyone but myself, where they don't understand once they're not in the room, you're talked about. And on top of that, you know, if you're not, like, when it comes to white people, if you don't have blue eyes, white skin, light skin, light hair, born with it, maybe blonde, you're not white. You're a fucking mutt. So why are you talking like you're white? Because you're not. And that needs to stop. But anyways, back to Mr. Harris, the snake oil salesman. But you think that these policies, you're going to back ICE agents and not realize that this stuff will be transferred onto the civilians somehow? That as citizens will end up being part of this and being hurt by this? Whether it's them learning their surveillance tactics, like, they're not good. These aren't the best and the brightest that they're allowing to operate with vehicles like that in your neighborhoods. It's just wild how, like, the Christian ones are the ones, the pro-America's ones are the ones that are like, no, don't bring us our poor, push them back. And then, you know, I think the biggest failure, the person who shouldn't even come back, is Don Bongino. I mean, we look at this fool, went to the FBI, cried about it while he was there. Oh, we're gonna bring a bunch of clarity, and we're gonna show you what's really gonna happen. Nope. He just fell right into the pocket, played the game, and then he couldn't handle it. And now he's leaving, going back to his show. And if you read the comments, it just shows you what a fucking idiot he is. Oh yeah, just the things that he said. Him and Cash Patel, dude, just so fucking. And these dodos over here to the left still back Cash Patel. They're fucking losers. To say it, you're gonna go, we're gonna release the files, I'm gonna show you everything. And then he tried to, look, you don't understand. There's the deep state, and there's my state, and he's like, all his backpedaling. And he has those two fucking stupid dopes that cover for him. That female who's super annoying. She is so annoying how she talks. And they always have her like dolled up in some damn ballroom dress looking like an idiot. And she looks so short. It's like, fucking move the camera. And then they have the other guy who's like super nerdy. Your podcast sucks. And they're always crying. They always cry. They complain like these. The right complained about left people crying, but they cry so fucking much about everything. But yeah, he's an epic failure. To even think you can come back and have a show. What are you gonna assume the same role of calling out the government? Or are you just gonna cry? It's ridiculous what's going on, but it's great to watch them fall. You know, it is nice. Like they're definitely not excuse me, not going to be making the money they're making off what they did. You know, Benny Johnson probably makes money from Israel. He's made money from Russia, and they have they have it on record. You know, they have all, and if you look at how synchronized the posting is, so it's almost like they get prepped by someone in the Trump campaign. It's like, all right, like they get daily briefs of what they should post. But the reason why I put Ben Shapiro up here is because it just to highlight the whole turning point thing. You know, and I think it's like one of my final points here that I really want to bring attention to is this idea of hate and like coming together off of like hating a certain person, because that's what all these people do. You know, in general, I mean, they probably don't not like each other, but you know, there are a lot of differences, and these people have all come together because they hate left-wing people. And then if you look at history, anytime hate brings you together, it only brings the strength in the bond so long. You know, and technically you guys defeated the people you hate. You banded together. That's why you look at the whole Elon Musk situation and Trump. That's why they fell out, because they were only bonded by hate. You know, it's the same thing. That's like the turning point stuff. You see that Vivek Ramaswamy guy. He's over there like, oh, well, American. Trying to tell all the white boys, oh, Americans is whatever color you are. It has nothing to do with color. It has to do with, you know, are you born and what you're going to do for this country. And like, they don't like you. You know? You guys were together. They needed you when they needed voters. They don't need you now. That's how this works. You dum-dum. That's why you don't fuck with them. Same with the Ben Shapiro stuff. Ain't no one want to fuck with them. The way Israel is going and everything. So yeah. He's such a like pro-Israel idiot. How is that American first? Well, we gotta be Israel first. This guy will defend Israel to the grave while they're murdering. And it's crazy. You know, just think about that. These guys, these two on the left are so about God. God this, God's that, God's here. Man, all these kids dying. All these women dying. What we talking about here? But anyways, yeah, it's just funny. You watch the crumble because of hate. So you can't build an army off hate. You see in every country, these dictators, they come together like two guys that are like okay friends and come together and build their armies together to take off another army. And then all of a sudden, boom. Once they defeat that, they start beefing. That's exactly what's happening. That's why it's funny seeing like people like David Harris still clinging on hard. Because it's about money. He's a salesman. He has to. He works for Newsmax. But it's like, it's funny. They're trying so hard, but it's a nose down, boys. It's nose down. The plane is crashing. We definitely need to see that what y'all have done and what you do is not godly. It's egotistical and narcissistic. You're for the rich. Let's be real. You're for the rich. You hang with the rich and then you turn around and try to level with the normal people. That's why old Donnie is fucked. He thought he was gonna go up there and shake some heads, and then now he's trying to come back. Well, I'm one of y'all. You're not fucking one. You a fat bitch. The same with this Ben boy. You an Israeli sympathizer. Has nothing to do with being Jewish. Fuck Israel. They don't do nothing for us. All that money. But yeah, I think the grift is over. It's fair to say that, y'all ain't got much left. So, touche, carry on. And I'm just gonna continue. So that's my little update, These boys gonna have to get them a job. A real job. A job. Because the right wing like shut the fuck up. No, the right wing grift is over. Finished. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. Go check their pages out. You'll see what I'm talking about. Read the comments. The truth is there. These fools have lost the right wing. The right wing grift is done. You can even see it with MGT. How she just backed the fuck out because she knew it's a fucking lie. It's a lie.